Shalom, friends. I thought that for the next few weeks I'll already get into Divrei Torah from the Piaseczner Rebbe that have to do with Pesach in some fashion or other. So, in Derech HaMelech, in the Feldheim edition, which came out in Yerushalayim in Tafshin Ayin Aleph in 2011, there are altogether 11 drashot that didn't appear in the previous edition of Derech HaMelech of, if I recall, 1991. And one of them is on Shabbat Gadol. Two of them are on Pesach itself. So I thought at least today I'll focus on one of them, on the first one for Pesach, on the Hagadah, it says. And in this Drasha, it's a very Bechtian look at reality through the eyes of the Baal Shem Tov HaKadosh, in terms of the nature of how all of reality is created by and a manifestation of letters, of Hebrew letters. I'll just read a couple of lines. Kol divrei olam otiot miotiot Torah hem na'aseh mehem tevot al yedei tzirufim u'nikudot. Everything in the world is made up of letters, and from those letters of the Torah, they become words through the way the letters are combined, tzirufim, and their vowels, nikudot. Ve'ish ba'avodato be'itnaguto, when a person is doing their avodah, their service of Hashem, and their various activities, if he combines them and vocalizes them in a good way, then that creates a good words, or maybe good things, good realities, and chas v'shalom, unfortunately, the opposite could also be true. This is a major theme that I learned over and over and over again with my Rebbe, Rav Safrin of Komarno Shlita, in his shirim on the Baal Shem Tov's Amud HaTfilah, which has been published in his Sefer or Shivat HaYamim, Perush on the Baal Shem Tov, highly recommended. How everything has to do with what we think, and then how our machshava, our thoughts, are translated into speech, into dibur, and to change reality in a good way, we need to create good, proper combinations of the letters and what we say, and the way that we say it with thought. Very deep idea. I mean, these are things I learned with him for years, so I'm not going to give it all over in 1 minute. But the Piaseczner here is clearly relating to that view of reality, which comes through the Sefer Yetzirah, then the Baal Shem Tov, I think the Maggid as well, etc. So then he, at the end of the Drasha, brings it back to Pesach. This is on page Tav Tzadi Gimel 493 of the Feldheim edition. And he says, therefore, B'divrei Hagadah shel Pesach Elohim lif'ol v'lekarev Yeshuat Yisrael v'gam et ha'geula. By speaking the words of the Hagadah, and we know that the Hagadah is all about speech, Pesach, the speaking mouth, as the Mekubalim teach us, about Tikkun HaDibur and Tikkun HaAchila, correcting our speech, correcting our eating, all functions of the mouth that happen, drinking through the cups of wine, etc., is all known. Okay, he says, so therefore when a person's speaking the words of the Hagadah, Yecholim lif'ol lekarev Yeshuat Yisrael v'hagula, one can bring closer the salvation of Am Yisrael and the ultimate redemption. Kivan shem tzirufim shel geula v'Yeshua, since they are combinations of letters and words that are about salvation and redemption. In other words, it has to do with the fact that the whole dor vador, in every generation we need to feel that we're going out of Egypt right now, and in fact we know that that's a spiritual reality as well. It's not just an idea, it's not just a cute thought, it's not about how to make the Seder relevant. It's happening now. We're going through this process now, at least on the spiritual individual level, and perhaps also on the national or even cosmic level. So that's very important when we are saying over the Hagadah, to keep in mind that the very words that we're saying are words that bring salvation into the world. He says, Ba'avur zeh asa Hashem li, therefore Hashem did this for me. Hakol talui bi, it's all up to me. Eich ani oseh et tzirufim, eich ani mitnaheg be'avodati. How do I make the proper combinations of letters and words, and the reality? How do I act in the way that I serve Hashem? So we're going into Nisan, right? Rosh Chodesh Nisan. We're going into a very powerful period of salvation for Am Yisrael, of Geula for Yisrael. B'nisim nigalnu v'nisim atidim ligal. Chazal teach us we are redeemed in Nisan and will be redeemed again in the future in Nisan. And let us all have real feeling of the potency of our speech, of our tefillot, of our prayers at this time, of the Hagadah when we say it over at this time, and that everything we do has tremendous potential to have a positive impact on reality. It all goes back first and foremost to thinking positively and not getting depressed and not getting overly anxious and not getting, God forbid, in a feeling of despair, but to always focus on the good, do what needs to be done, but keep a positive outlook. This is the time of year where that positivity has very, very powerful potencies for reality to change for the good. So Shabbat Shalom, B'sorot Tovot, may we all be well, called to. Bye-bye.